Hey guys, it's Dandy here with a deck profile for you guys. Pretty rare. We'll just get right into it. It's Genesis Fenrir. Starter is going to be lading. It's really good. Get you that free call. And then 4 of the Fenrir crit trigger. I mean, if you're not running any SPs, then you should just not run the deck. So, but it's up to you. Then I played 2 more crit triggers. Actually played quite a few stands for kind of more utility reasons. Play 4 of Taro. Taro's a really interesting one. She has a revelation ability, but that honestly doesn't really matter. If you have to use it, then I don't know what you're doing. You want it for that GB1. When she goes into the drop zone from the soul, you can put her on the bottom deck and stand something. Typically it's for revelation after you rest, but in this case, and what we're playing, being that Scummy Wiseman, it works a lot differently, but it's really great, and you don't even have to use it for Wiseman. Let's say you use like Vanguard on his attack, you can use like Soul Blast 2 of these, you stand to call him, something like that. It's really good. She's just really good in any situation, really. Then 2 Dreaming Dragon, because it's Dreaming Dragon. You Soul Blast a lot. 4 heal. Doesn't really matter, just play heals. Then, we go in our grade 1s. I play 4 of Hell. There is like almost little to no countercharging in this deck. She's very useful. You need her. Try not to use her, or try not to use Dreaming Dragon before using her. You want as many counter blasts available as possible. 4 of the Stride Fodder Skull. For whatever reason, I actually find Fenrir being a harder time to get. For whatever reason, Skull has been very useful for her other ability. And having a field presence, so like you call her, if you have to call her out to search for that Fenrir, having a field presence is really good. Next, playing 3 Gelga. He's the new guy. Revelation, really good. Soul, he's great from the Soul 2. You put him on the bottom of the deck. Choose unit, give it plus 3k, Soul Charge 2. If you have a Fenrir Vanguard, and give another unit plus 3k. Really good in all around. Use it on like my Wiseman. Use it on, say, Goal. Use it really wherever you need to. It's just good in general, especially if you need to keep soul charging. If you don't really have any Taros in your soul, you put it simply, you want Taro in your soul. You need her in your soul. And then I play 2 Claimer Harrys. I've been testing around what I should play, who I should play. Claimer Harry for me has been the best one to play with. He countercharges for you. You need that countercharging, or else you're not gonna have a good time. Grade 3s is a little different for me, but I play a really unique set. I play 3 Gleipnir. It's more or less to get to see most of them out as much as possible. 3 Gleipnir. He came back in set 4 or GB set 4. Counterblast 1, Soul Charge 3. And then from the rule, or from whatever, like the understanding of it really is, if you Soul Blast, you draw. But that's only if you already did. So like if you attack with them before, you won't get it. But if you say, again, we'll go with Vanguard. Let's say you use Vanguard, he attacks, Counterblast, Soul Charge 3. Then you draw, because you Soul Blast. That's the understanding that's been of it. It's really weird wording, but that's basically how it works. Boulder Fettered Goal. He is really good, but really iffy sometimes. Sorry. He has the Revelation ability. Really good. You need that, especially when you go into your Fenrir, your Hellsky Fenrir. I don't know. His counterblast is kind of if you have the option. Otherwise, I'm more or less using them for when I'm at Hellsky. or if I need to. What's great about Revelation is you can use it throughout the whole entire game. So you can keep using it even at your grade 1, grade 2, even at your grade 3 before Stride. You can use all of it. It's just you can't use their other abilities if they have any other abilities that's required G. His ability is if you have a Venom or Vanguard, when he's placed on rear guard. Which is something I don't really necessarily like is that when he's placed on Vanguard, or placed on rear guard, but that kind of balances it a little bit. He gets plus 4K, and then when he attacks, period, you can pay the cost and draw a card. That's what's good about that. So we play 3 of him though. And then we play 3 of Kotanoa. Kotanoa is really good in general. Whenever you're soul charging, let's say you just soul charge a lot from tier, she gets pretty big. And then if you soul charge with Revelation, she gets another 1,000. So it's not bad. It's pretty good. Next is Witch of Graves Grappa. She is to get you Taro. Taro, again, I will say it again, and I'll probably keep saying it. You need Taro in the soul. She's really good. And that's where Grappa comes in. When you Soul Blast her, you Soul Charge too. Next for the grade 3s, I'll go ahead and do Fenrir first. Mythic Beast Fenrir. Fenrir's, we'll go with GB2. His ability is Soul Blast 3. When he attacks, he gets +1 critical, and your opponent cannot call grade 1s or higher to the Guardian Circle. Typically won't ever need to use this. If you have to, you're not in a good spot. Like I've had to use them if I can't stride and stuff like that. It sucks, but I mean you got to do something. But his stride skill is really good as you soul charge 3. Unfortunately, that is not something that you can choose to do. You have to soul charge 3. And then he gets his ability that's unique, and which is when you soul blast, you can counterblast 1 to call one of those to rear guard, and it's only once per turn. Kind of wish it wasn't once per turn, but that kind of makes him, that kind of balances a little bit maybe. And then lastly, all the way back from before G is BT14, Angelic Wiseman. He is hilarious. Again, like I said, before I go into him, you need Kotanoa. She is practically his best friend. Because what you're going to do is, let me see if I can find him real quick in this big stack here. And where's the stack? Okay, so let's say you let's do this, and 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 do this, and this. Okay. So let's say this is your God Soul right here. Having all 4 right there is just great. So what he's going to do for you, I'll explain it as I explain it in the combo, is you're going to attack. When he attacks, he has the ability to Soul Blast 3, and he gets 4,000 power. Alone, doesn't make a difference. But with Kotanoa, it makes a huge difference. You Soul Blast her, activate her ability, she goes to the bottom, and you stand him back up. You attack again, Soul Blast 3. Hey, there's another Kotanoa. Put her on the bottom, stand him back up. Now, the 4,000 doesn't last until end of turn, it lasts until end of battle. That's one thing I've had to figure out, but it's okay. It's still really good, especially when they keep not hitting triggers. And then you Soul Blast 3 again, attack, stand, Soul Blast 3 again, Kotanoa, skill, goes to the bottom, stand, attack. And it's great. It's amazing. As many people would not like it, it's great. It's hilarious, and that's why it's scum. Next for the G-Zone. Play 1 Seabreeze. Your deck requires a lot of G. So having 1 Seabreeze works, especially if they try to stall you. I play that 1 Dismal in case there's something on the field that I want to keep. It works great. Next for the G guards, definitely want to play. Well, I guess that one's a G guard too, but definitely want to play Isis. She's gonna keep helping your soul. You put 3 from your soul from the drop zone into your soul, and she gets plus 5k. She's great. She works in I think just about every Genesis deck. Works wonders. 1 Oh my god. Hanasatsuki. Okay. Hanasatsuki, if you guard with her, you choose a unit. If you have one of that unit in your soul, then she gets plus 10,000 guard. It's pretty simple, pretty easy, but doesn't really help you much unless you just need a big guard. I play 1 Doom Brace in case I need to Doom Brace. I've never really had to use this guy before, unless I'm just not set up at all for any of my Fenrirs. But typically, tier will do that for me. Unless I do a tier and I get all triggers, then I'll do Doom Brace, and then, or I might just do another tier. But more or less, that's kind of how you do that. That fell. Next, speaking of tier, he came from the Fighters collection way back when. Tier came from the newest Fighters collection. He gets his ability. It's really cool. Is you Soul Blast 3. Look at the top card and either leave it on top or put it on the bottom. And then whenever you drive check a grade 1 or greater, you Soul Charge 3. So you can really feed that soul into like your next turns here. You play 2 of him. So you can do that and then go into Vanguard as. For those who don't guard against him, try to get those triggers, because they will highly regret it. Right, Vu? Oh, man. For those who don't know, he came back in G-BT08. Really cool. His ability allows him to flip a copy of Vanguard up and Soul Blast 6. Your opponent, at the beginning of the drive step, so your opponent has to guard first. So they can't wait for you to look at the top 4 and then decide what they guard with from what you put away. So in this case, they have to either guard or not. So you have to wait, and then if they say no guard, that's when you look at the top 3, get them crit triggers, put them on top, and then they realize you put a shit ton back on top, and you're like, oh god, and you just crit them for good. It's great. It's wonderful. It's hilarious. And then lastly, kind of something you don't necessarily need to play 3 of, as he can get a little heavy. But once they get a new one, I'll probably take out whatever I need of him. You don't need to really play more than 1, really. I mean, I would say 2 would be good. 3 might be a little much. I mean, it depends on how you play, how your game goes, really. But I really like Mythic Hellsky Fenrir. Really helps the deck. GB2, he changes the revelation of everything, and it's great. His ability allows any revelation that comes out on the field. So let's say Gelga comes out on the field. Instead of using his revelation, which would be look at the top 1 and decide where you want to put it, either in the soul or back on top. And then if you put it in the soul, you rest. Instead of that, it gets, hey, look at the top 2. Search for 1 card from among them, and either put it in your soul, and then put the rest on the bottom or top of your deck and anywhere. And then from there, you can activate his regular skill, which is something that you can use even before. You can Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3, and then draw a card. Or if you don't want to draw the card, you choose a unit, give it +3, and Soul Charge the top. So depending on what you wanted or not, it helps that way. And then you can use your Revelation again, you can use his ability again. It works. It's really good. But more or less, that's about it. Like I explained, Wiseman is kind of that rear guard that you really want, and you just kind of, you go with Vanguard. Let's say you go with Vanagander, you get them crit triggers, you stack everything on Wiseman and just start swinging with my Wiseman. I mean, it's really good. It's really fun. Yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe for more content, and see you again soon.